In this section, we will now look at the impacts of workforce ageing on labour productivity and identify employment policies to assist in mitigating against any effects. As we all are already aware, there are multiple factors that can influence productivity results. However, relevant to this presentation on workforce ageing, it is known that ageing has direct implications on labour productivity. Overall, older workers are an asset to an organisation. They often offer greater expertise, knowledge and skills than younger workers as a result of a wide range of expertise gained over the years. Older workers are often more reliable and committed, and their turnover and short-term absenteeism rates, if the workers are in reasonable health, are often lower. As reported by Public Health England, the importance of health and work in their 2018 report records that a good working environment is also good for health, and that a bad working environment, often characterised by low levels of job control and organisational fairness, may contribute to poor health. There is also evidence to show that healthier, active and engaged employees are more productive, have lower levels of sickness absence, and this subsequently creates a business imperative to take action as well as a public health one. But it is understandable that a worker's individual productivity may vary over the course of their working life. More mature employees will have had a higher level of work experience, and this has a positive effect on productivity. However, individual productivity output may also decrease as an employee ages. This is especially relevant if the job requirements or technology used in that industry changes over time. Often older workers find it more difficult to adapt to lots of changes in processes and procedures, and the introduction of new or developing innovative advanced technology is likely to have a negative effect on individual productivity. So while lots of work experience and maturity is likely to have a positive effect on labour productivity, this is likely to be the opposite if an employee's skills become dated or the older worker is unable to adapt to new advances, technologies or processes in the workplace. Whilst it is understandable that with age an individual may suffer from an age-related illness and become ill to such an extent that they are unable to work at all, it is worth noting that as recognised in the report by the Northern Ireland Cohort for the Longitude Study of Ageing, released by Queen's University Belfast in 2017, remaining in work for longer is thought to improve numerous aspects of an individual's life. Factors such as social participation and social connectedness. These elements will assist an individual to remain in good health. Research in relation to productivity carried out by the government has emerged from 2015 onwards, which suggests that a reduction in the number of 22 to 49-year-olds in the workforce was associated with an overall drop in labour productivity. The 2016 IMF working paper, The Impact of Workforce Ageing on European Productivity, reports that each 1 percentage point increase in the 55 to 64 age cohort in the workforce was likely to be associated with a 0.8 percentage point drop in productivity growth. Those who would like to read more on the IMF working paper, a link to the full document is provided within this presentation. The report goes on to further outline that we have a strong increase in productivity until workers are in their 40s, and then a decline towards the end of their working life. This paper also reports that some economic sectors are more exposed to workforce ageing risks than others. Jobs that require some element of physical exertion, for example construction workers, etc., are likely to become less productive as they age. Research is clear. Employers can benefit from good workplace policies, and this will offset any effects on productivity from workforce ageing. I will now examine age-friendly employment policies that will assist to mitigate against potential decreases in individual labour productivity. The introduction of age-friendly policies that truly appreciate and understand the challenges of an ageing workforce are more likely to encourage the retention of older employees, pushing out the retirement age to well over 65. Favourable workplace policies are also likely to increase the employment rate of those aged 55 to 64 and/or encourage those currently economically inactive to re-enter the workplace. These policies become more necessary and particularly important for Northern Ireland in those jobs where we already have a skills shortage, or for those sectors such as construction, where individuals work in very physically demanding jobs. Workers are more likely to stay in employment for longer if attention is given to creating good working conditions, coupled with access to lifelong learning and training opportunities, alongside an appropriate work-life balance and employment security. There is a link attached to this presentation which provides additional relevant guidance and policies that can be implemented to assist in boosting labour productivity within your company. These include, for example, implementing staff incentive schemes, guidance on leading and motivating your staff, occupational safety and health advice in the context of an ageing workforce, managing staff performance and controlling staff turnover.